Hi guys, today is December the 13th after the market close, and we are going to start out with the chart of S&P 500, which is sitting here on its 50-day moving average. We had 3, 4, 5 days of run, and this run just ended here. This was the candle for the reversal, the bottoming candle, and then we ran up here and then finished that with a little doji, a gravestone doji hammer, whatever you want to call it. There are hundreds of names on it. And then yesterday was the FFOC meeting and the press conference during Bernanke, and the market followed through to the downside, not to the upside. And the reason was, let's take a look at the 15-minute chart on S&P. This was yesterday. The market opened up here, ran up here, and then came a parade of politicians from the John Boehner to Senator Reid, and the market took it on the chin and started diving, and it didn't like it anyway, and it just finished the day here almost at towards the close, right, 12:30, which is 3:30 Eastern time. It just made a little bit on it, and it just went up here and finished the day. This was just one of those things that happened in the market. The market is now, the tape is very sensitive to the political headlines coming out of Washington D.C. So anytime the fiscal cliff, anytime there is a change or anything is made on it, this is how the market will react, and you can expect that between now to till February, the January 1st, when the fiscal cliff happens, if there's going to be a deal or not going to be a deal. So let's look at it. Another thing here at NDX, which is technology. For some reason, this candle is just not formed here, but this, no, this is something else. Here we go. This thing is also now slicing through that 50-day moving average here, and it doesn't look that good to me in the sense, because NDX was dragged down today by the Apple. Now Apple has been acting. We're going to go to Apple in a minute, but I want to share this with you. Dow Jones, which is slightly above its 50-day moving average, so we're still in the bullish territory, but with a little pullback here. The reason the NDX, which is Nasdaq 100, was down, because Apple is 18% of that, and we're gonna visit Apple again here very quickly. Let's take a look at it. I just wanted to increase this size if I could, if I can bring it closer here and bring this thing down so we could view it a little bit better. If you can see it here, this is the pennant or wedge, or what you want to call it, given different names. It's like a triangular thing. This is the mast, this is the drop, and now they're forming, and this kind of a price is getting coiled in this thing here. This is a continuation pattern from the previous move, which is to the downside. Usually it results to the downside unless this pattern fails. If this pattern fails, we can break it out here above 550. If it doesn't, this is the neckline. This is the neckline for the head and shoulders pattern here, the big head and shoulders pattern that you can see here on Apple, and that is the neckline of 520. If Apple closed today at 29, if it gaps down and close below tomorrow, all hell can break loose, because now we could drop another 200 points, 480, 400. We don't know, and this is an uncharted territory. Apple has never been like this and drop. It has been there before, but it will take a lot of it, because the selling in Apple is relentless. And this is the 15-minute chart that I want to share with you. This is a wedge like formation here that I have drawn over there, which was, you can see the Apple just gapped down today. They let the gap run up, and between this time and half hour they start dumping about 3-4 million shares to sell, and then it came back down here to 525, found support, and then moved up here. So it is a very sick vehicle at this time. It is not tradable in the sense that it represents anything decent here. While we're here, let's go take a look at the 15-minute chart on Google, and then I'm going to span out here. Google also had a gap up here today. It's 716 pre-market, but the gap didn't maintain. Within 5 minutes it dropped and then moved up here, filled the gap here, and then finished the day at 702, reasonably better, which is a reasonable outcome. If you look at the daily chart on it here, this is a big candle that you can see. It is well above the 50-day moving average, and the stock can move higher. There's a little bit resistance on the left, but this is not resistance, because this is a sheer drop and this is sheer selling. So